Well, if that's everything, then I will hop into my topic.
Absolutely.
Insta360. I'm sure you've heard of this company. They've come out with a 4K webcam with a built-in gimbal. So basically, if you want to just run around with your monitor in your hand, there's a gimbal.
True.
Don't do that. That's definitely not the move. But I mean, if you wanted, you technically could. I don't know what your monitor will be plugged into, but while you're moving. Anyway, I'm not going to figure out the logistics of that. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Yes.
And if you figure it out, just, I don't know, send us a video. Please. Anyway, let's hop into the actual specs. So we got the gimbal, like I said, 3-axis gimbal with portrait mode also, which is cool, especially because nowadays everything is vertical.
Yep.
Literally everything. So now you have that option with your webcam. It has a 1/2-inch sensor, which they're saying is bigger than other webcams. I didn't really look at what other webcam sensors were, but in the like promo video, it was showing it as like maybe double the size roughly, or like something like that.
I mean, like the webcams in my MacBook Air, for example, and the one in the iMac, definitely not 1/2-inch. Yeah,
exactly. So it's definitely bigger, which is nice. Always love that. And then we have 4K 30p. Pretty good. Can't complain about that. And then there's also HD up to 60p. So you could do slow-mo if you wanted. Although if you're live streaming, then that wouldn't work. But if you were filming and using it for later, it's got USB-C connection. I think that's kind of becoming standard now. Yeah. And then they have like gesture control. So you can, I don't know what the gestures are. I'm just kind of throwing random things up right now.
There's a V. I think there's like a 5.
I swear, yeah. That's the one that I remember them showing in the video. And then they have a whiteboard mode, which I believe the V was for that. I'm pretty sure the guy did that in the video. He goes like this, and then it zooms in, crops in on your whiteboard, and literally just focuses on that, which would be super nice if you're doing like some sort of presentation. Yeah. And it works by placing 4 like tracking markers on the whiteboard, and that's what it finds to crop into.
Right.
So that's very cool. And then we also have a top-down desk view mode.
Yes. So this is so interesting.
And then flips, like, I don't know how it can like shift basically it's looking like this. So it's not perfectly flat, but then it finds a way to flip it and make it perfectly flat. I don't know exactly how that works.
Like in Photoshop, it's a perspective warp.
Yeah, but like, how does it do it so well?
I don't know, man. AI.
I feel like it never works that well in Photoshop. Not that I've done a ton of perspective warping. Anyway, it's a very nice top-down angle is the point. There's also an HDR mode. So if you're filming with windows behind you, they won't be absolutely blown out.
Yep.
Which is lovely. The autofocus looks good. I mean, obviously we can't test it right now. We don't have one. And obviously they're going to show a pretty good example in the promo video of it.
They would.
But it was very nice. Like they moved up to the camera and it switched focus to the person's whatever they were holding. And then when they moved it back, it switched back. It worked like a charm. And then also it has AI-powered motion tracking to keep the subject centered in the frame, similar to your iPad, which you no longer have.
Yeah.
Which is also cool. I mean, I don't know how much moving people are doing when they're using a webcam, but if you wanted to stand up and, I don't know, be like, I guess, presenting if you have the whiteboard, for example, and you're standing up and moving around, then I guess it would track you. Again, I don't know how often people are moving a ton, but still a little bit is nice to have it, even if you're just moving side to side and it keeps you centered.
Yeah.
It's a nice feature.
That's nice.
Yeah. It also has dual noise canceling mics.
Oh.
You get like a 2-second, not even like a 1-second sample of that in the video. So that's pretty hard to actually judge how well it'll work. It was showing it like with one of those little like Roomba vacuums moving around. And then it just showed it with using the mics. It was pretty good, sounded pretty good. But again, it was like a really quick just sample. Like he said, like 2 things and it was done. So that we don't really get to hear for now.
Yeah.
It is coming soon though. So maybe they'll just send us one.
You never know.
Never know. Probably not yet though. When you're not using it, it tilts down just for privacy reasons. I mean,
okay, I like that.
It is pretty nice. Then you don't have to be like taking it off or like covering it or anything.
Right.
But also like everyone carries phones now. So I feel like at the same time, if you're really worried about privacy, then I mean, I don't know. You wouldn't even like want a phone, let alone a webcam. So yeah.
Yeah, but like if your webcam is in your personal space, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
It's nice to
like
have
your phone
it like
could also be in your personal space.
But then it's in your pocket.
Generally, yes. It's true.
There you go.
Just listening all the time, at least.
Yeah.
And then it says it's plug and play for Windows and Mac. They do have a software that you would need called Link Controller to toggle features and control the image. And from what I could see, I mean, I didn't have access to the whole software, but what they showed in the video was there was curves, white balance you could use. You could just set it to auto. There's brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness. So it gives you quite a few things to play around with right in camera, which would be really nice.
Yep.
And then there's also just a button on the webcam. You just click it and it recenters the view like most gimbals would if it's off somewhere.
Okay.
And all this is going to come in around $300 US, which is
that seems like a lot.
Considering all it can do, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I was gonna say that's decently reasonable because like you can get just a regular 4K one from maybe Logitech, but it definitely cannot do all the gimbal stuff.
Exactly, that's it.
And tracking you and all the extra features. So you might want to, if you think you'd use all those features, the $300 price tag,
pretty worth it, I think. Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Even when I was reading it, actually, because I was reading an article about it, and it was saying, you could get a few other options for like $100 cheaper or whatnot, and it doesn't have. It just has like maybe 4K. But there was also, I think it was a Logitech one that has a lot of these features, and it's like $1,400.
Oh my God.
It must have more. I didn't look into the features, so I'm not going to try to claim I know everything that one can do. But it seems they're trying to bring some of those features from the higher end products into a more mid-range for the average consumer, which is super nice. I read something else about another one that's supposed to be coming out. I can't remember the brand now. It's supposed to be similar to this one. I'm not sure what the features are and what the price will be, but we can go into that whenever we hear more, whenever it comes out.
Next time. Maybe not next time.
Maybe not. One of the next times.
Yes.
Eventually. But yeah, so I think this is like pretty optimal webcam for someone if you like to be standing up and moving while you're, using it, or if you're going to be doing anything top down. It just gives you like a lot of variety for a webcam, really.
And it's definitely a big upgrade if you just have like a MacBook Air webcam. So definitely a good, like in terms of the picture and the quality, it's a big upgrade already from that. So
absolutely. So if you guys are looking for a webcam, you want it to be 4K and able to do lots of things. The Insta360 link is one of your options.
There you go.
And I think that's pretty much all I got to say for today.